Welcome to this week's virtual cooking class. Ooh. My name's Sydney.
Hey, I'm Hollis.
And today we are going to be making beef and veggie enchiladas. I'm so excited. Yeah, and nutritious. It's full of flavonoids.
Wow, what?
Exactly. Fun fancy word for you might hear about things like blueberries. Generally, like bright colored things like broccoli in this recipe is full of flavonoids like camphorol, I think is how you say it, which is shown to help decrease your brain going into decline, helps to not be anti-inflammatory, good antioxidants. There you got it. Lots of good stuff. So at any rate, super nutritious and delicious, and it's really quick. So if you're looking to make a meal for the fam,
Yeah,
this is it.
It makes like a whole pan, so like definitely can feed a few people with that. So easy to double, I'm sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, you want to read off the ingredients for me?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So number one, we got 1 pound of ground beef.
Yum. Hi, Franny.
1/4 cup of minced white onion. Ooh, onion. 1/4 cup of broccoli chopped into small pieces. Beautiful. 1/4 cup of carrots, also chopped into small pieces.
1/4 cup of broccoli?
Yeah, but I feel like also choose your own adventure. So if you're looking for a little more veg,
we might just like do the broccoli. I don't know. We'll see. We'll feel it out.
We'll keep you posted.
Carrots.
2 cups of enchilada sauce.
We got this green chile.
Delicious.
Yum.
Tablespoon of olive oil. Beautiful. 10 medium corn tortillas.
Oh, corn tortillas. Yes, we are a day early today. We are switching back to Wednesdays. We used to always do Wednesdays, and then we switched to Thursdays because of our farmers market, and now we're back on Wednesdays. So
yeah, it's been a long time coming, but we're here.
Yeah.
Happy Wednesday, y'all. And then last but not least, we got a cup of Mexican cheese blend. Delicious. And if you have any other fun toppings you want to add, you go. They suggest cilantro, sour cream, avocado. Yeah, maybe pickled onions.
Are we pickling? Okay, yes, because this one's gonna be cooked. So we're gonna show a little bonus. We're gonna show how to do like a quick pickle of some onion. That can be like a really nice little garnish. That can add some little acidity, some sharpness, some brightness to your dish. So hi, Sherilyn. Yeah. So that's what we're working with today.
Yeah. And also, I usually plug at the end with Hollis, but if you're interested and you're watching, make sure to check out the comments and fill out a survey for the Woonsei Wowasake series, because then you too can be the proud owner of 15 whole new dollars. So keep your eyes posted on the comments. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll post the survey at the end.
Cool. Okay, so we got our ingredients. So are we game to start cooking?
Yeah, so first thing you're going to want to do is preheat your oven.
So got the oven. Perfect.
All right. 375 degrees.
Okay.
Fahrenheit. And add olive oil to a pan over medium heat. Add in onion and cook, stirring occasionally for 5 minutes. So we can get that pan started to heat, but I'm going to start chopping the onion. And it says minced and a 1/4 cup. I think I'm just going to do half of the onion.
Do you have any pro chopping tips on how to cut up your onions, Hollis?
I do actually. Thank you for asking. I am going to get a different knife. I feel like I'm going to.
Safety first. I appreciate it now.
Okay. So I do have an onion cutting tip. So you cut it in half, like long ways, and then it's still connected. Yeah, yes. Hot take. It's still connected on both ends, right? And so one thing that can help you to chop your onion is so I'm going to cut off this end, which is actually the the top end. So when this was growing, like this is where the shoots came out of. So I'm gonna cut off this end, and and you can recognize it because it's the less connected end. The onion's more like tightly connected together at the root side, so on this side. And so I'm gonna chop off this end, and then I'm gonna peel it. But I'm gonna leave that other end on. And what that does is it actually helps you to hold on to your onion while you're chopping it. And so, like if you have this end like this, you can be, let's see. We're hoping to get a better setup at some point, since we're doing these videos all the time. Oh, wrong one. So I chopped off that end, and now I'm just gonna do like long ways.
Okay.
Slices, but not all the way to that root, that end of the onion.
Ooh, I think I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so basically, I don't have to hold my onion together anymore because it's still connected at that end. Careful. So now you can see I slice it, but I didn't slice it all the way to the end. So there's like slices going up, and now I'm just gonna go starting on this end, and I'm gonna chop it this way. And then when I get to the end, I'll cut off that end, and then it'll be all, separate little minced pieces.
That is super handy. Wow. How did you come across this particularly handy onion cutting tip?
My friend taught me,
Oh,
actually. Yeah.
sweet.
Uh-huh. So, shout out Lucia. I don't think she watches this, but
that's okay. You know, sending out the good vibes into the universe.
Right. And now I just cut off the end that was holding it all together, and now look what we have is some nicely minced onion. And I didn't have to get my fingers in the way holding the different layers of the onion together because the onion did it for me. So yeah, it seems warm. I'm gonna throw our onion in the skillet.
Ooh, that sizzle.
The sizzle. It's smelling real good up in here. I've got a good chef starter pack here.
So for the sweetie audience, what is in the chef starter pack?
I think it's just like, well, I don't know if it's like butter or olive oil, some sort of oil, cooking oil, and then onion and garlic. No matter what, if you throw those in a skillet together, somebody walks in the room, you're cooking, and they're like, "What are you making? It smells delicious." And all it is like onion and garlic. So, good way to trick people into thinking you're a good cook. So the onion is gonna cook for 5 minutes. While the onion's cooking, I'm gonna start chopping. Or do you want to try it on chopping?
Sure.
Okay. We have to chop the carrots and the broccoli. So we'll let Syd have some fun there. I'll wash our onion towel.
Okay. I'm gonna chop off the crunchy bit on the end, but fun fact, you could also use the stems if you're looking for a little extra delicious, nutritious, vitamin-rich veggie action going on. You could add some stems. But depends on the dish. You could cook them in something else too. Are you vibing stems today? Or are you vibing florets? What you feeling, Hollis?
Thank you for asking. I appreciate it because I actually have strong feelings about broccoli stems. I do like to eat the stems, and I would love to eat the stems in this dish. However, I like to peel my stems first because I really don't enjoy the fibrous outside part in my mouth. It's too tough and chewy, and so personally, we don't have to do that right now. We could like cut off the stem, peel it later, or either way.
Yeah. Oh, so maybe just so you can see. Oh golly. Maybe okay. I'm gonna use the
usually
kniffy. So then we take a little inside peek as to what.
Yeah. So I feel like not a lot of people know that you can eat the inside of the broccoli stem. I learned that from one of who was like a restaurant line cook for a long time. And he was like, you know what, you're wasting a lot of good stuff in here.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so let's see. There it goes. So you can see it's kind of like soft and delightful, kind of like the outside of like a soft carrot. It kind of feels like that. So
yeah, it's really crisp and like watery, but it has that nice broccoli taste. It's like almost like a cucumbery, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's actually a lot like the inside of kohlrabi. If anybody's ever had kohlrabi, the inside of a broccoli stem is very similar. It's like crisp, but like also the kind of vegetable that you can cook. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't throw like cucumber in a stir fry personally. I guess you can. I don't know. But
cucumber?
Yeah, like it's similar to cucumber, but I personally wouldn't cook cucumber in something like this.
But you would cook kohlrabi.
But I would cook kohlrabi, or I would cook the inside of a broccoli stem. You know, so there's differing opinions on whether or not cucumber can be cooked, eaten, warm. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Franny. We are making beef and broccoli or beef and vegetable enchiladas. I know it's weird. Our title doesn't show up until we post it. So it's in there in the title, but it's not. How do you chop an onion without it making you cry? Great question, Troy. Syd has a trick where she puts the onion in the fridge ahead of time. And that helps, right?
Yeah, that helps a lot. Me. I'm kind of sensitive to them, so like I notice. But Hollis has like eyeballs of steel, so they could chop onions all day long, and there would be no tears.
I don't know. It's my boring superpower.
But yeah, benign superpowers. Just we all got
them. What is the most nutritious part of the broccoli? That is a great question. I am not a nutritionist, so I actually don't know. I would assume it's in the darkest green part, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think it also depends on what you're going for, because the broccoli stem is super fibrous. So if you're looking for high in fiber, it's going to be right here. But if you're looking for more like antioxidants or maybe like higher vitamin K content, I'm going to speculate it's going to be right here in the dark fluorescent.
Yeah.
But
I always have this concept that I think I absorbed when I was a kid that like darker, greener veggies were the more nutritious ones for some reason, and I don't know. Maybe that's.
They generally have more flavonoids in them. So.
Yeah, maybe that's why. I don't know. That was always my concept of vegetables.
Okay. So you can see I've been chopping away, so now we got these small little broccoli bits. And then while I worked on those, I also chopped up some carrots. So I kind of cut them into little eyeball shaped type things right now. These are also high in vitamin K. So I'm going to cut them into slightly smaller pieces just so you're getting a little bit more balanced bite, as it were, into the enchilada.
Yeah. And since this is like a filling, I feel like I appreciate and agree with your approach here. Like the smaller, it's like gonna be a filling, so you're gonna be like eating your enchilada. It'll be easier to eat if there's not like huge, giant broccoli chunks. I don't know.
True, but the beauty of cooking in your own kitchen too is if you really love chunky veggies, you go. We support you. You go.
That is true. Wow, our kitchen helper is on her game today.
Yeah, she's just standing in between my legs, being a really helpful, organic Roomba, as it were.
She has a deep love for broccoli stems, so she's like on her game right now. Okay.
Comes from a place of love.
So our onion's looking very golden.
Ooh, beautiful! That's exciting. Okay.
Deep in color, which is great, which means that the sugars, I don't know, something about cooking onions longer, they get sweet. So I'm excited for that.
Okay. So it calls for 1/4 cup of carrots and 1/4 cup of broccoli. Would you speculate that this looks about, about it, as the kids might say.
I mean, I think
A little more, a little less.
I would honestly just.
I could do the florets on that broccoli too if you think so. Game,
I don't know, it's hard to say.
You can always add them into and see what it looks like and real quick chop them up.
Yeah. I'm more about ratios and not wasting food when it comes to like measurements and dishes.
Fair.
So I don't know. Like trying to eyeball our pan.
I could like bring it a little.
Let's just do all of it.
All the
just do
broccoli?
all of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna use this handy bowl to group.
Turn down the heat on the onions a little bit just so that they don't get overcooked.
Broccoli's going everywhere. Okay. Chop up the little broccolis a little bit more. I thought they were smaller. Yeah, I'm game.
Let's just do it. This is a small floret. So, like, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can even go ahead and throw the onion or the carrots in here. Probably.
Yeah. Why not? I've been trying to think of some good puns with broccoli, and I feel like the multi-syllabic nature of it makes that a bit more of a challenge. Like, Brock's leaning towards adding more veggies. I cannot imagine having any less veggies. It's a rough. If you think of any puns, let us know, because this is a rough recipe for dad jokes.
I'm adding a little pinch of salt because I like to season my veggies as they're cooking. I'm going rogue, y'all. Yes, I do.
Shake my head. But you also might notice if you too decide to go rogue, which is fine, I would also suggest following Hollis's example of doing a pinch, because sometimes you can add a lot and then your dish tastes a little funky, which is fine, but like, you can always add more. It's hard to add less.
It's hard to add less. How do you do that, Sid?
Exactly. Our roommate Barry suggests if you add too much salt, adding a little bit of sugar. But then you're adding sugar, so sometimes that can be a little rough too. So just be mindful when you're, expressing yourself through your food. But also for the studio audience who might not know, we do have a bag of tortilla chips ready to go with dinner off screen. So it's my partner in crime here had a long couple of meetings before this, so the snacks are important, So be cooking at home too, is you get a snack a little bit while you cook,
Yeah, we're in this house. We
snack.
Appetizer, and we appetizer hard.
Yeah, and it's delicious. The nice part about this recipe too is you can eat all these veggies raw. So if you really wanted, you could have a little broccoli snack, a little carrot snack.
That is true.
We have a friend, Jessica, who says she could about eat an onion raw, so you could have an onion snack. We're not judging. We're just here to support.
Raw onions are just fine,
Mm-hmm. Oh, golly.
Wow. A good day in the life of this kitchen dog.
I wonder what Nika's role would be if she were in like a kitchen. Like, would she be like a sous chef? Would she have like a specialty? I don't know. What her professional kitchen task would be.
I think she would be the taste tester. Oh my goodness. She loves the way that you're chopping these.
Just the peer pressure. I see a little face. I'm like, oh, cute. And I just drop things. I'm like, oh, no. And she's like, oh, yes.
This is too.
It's also a small cutting board and a large amount of broccoli.
Yeah, we're we're gonna make lots of enchiladas. We have 30 tortillas and more than a pound of beef, so yeah. We're gonna feed some friends.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just stirring our veggies in with the onions, stirring all of our veggies together. We're gonna let that cook for a little bit.
You know what song you could sing while you stir all of those together, Hollis?
What song, Syd?
I love that song. Yeah. Swoon. Okay. So.
Okay. So these need to cook for another 5 minutes or so until vegetables start to caramelize.
Wow. Ooh, fancy.
Do you think our beef is gonna fit in this pan? I almost want to start it cooking in a different pan.
We could
mix them together.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Do that.
Sure. Okay. Okay, so then we're going to start our ground beef in a different pan and break it up with a spatula. Keep cooking until it's no longer pink. All that good stuff.
I also personally feel weird about putting raw meat into a pan of vegetables. I guess it's fine.
Yeah, since you like browned it up too.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
It just seems weird to me in concept. I'd rather cook it a little bit first. Plus, with ground beef is pretty fatty, and you're gonna end up with a lot of grease.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing, but I don't know. I guess
so, you know, food for thought. Of like, if you're cooking at home and you have a little time to think about it, you could cook it in a different pan. You could cook in the same one, and then like use a little less olive oil as everything's cooking down.
That's true.
To kind of cook it up in the
true.
enchilada sauce. But yeah, lots of choices. Yeah. So
go with your heart, you know.
Exactly. Okay.
You know what we could do? The pickled onions.
That would be dope. Okay. So. Oh, cool. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
So we do have half an onion, which is exciting. Oh. I was like, no, not the cutting board. Anything but the cutting board. So, if you like the idea of onions, you think they taste a little sharp raw, maybe they just, make your mouth sad, that's okay. But a way to nix that or get rid of that and just make your belly happy is to quick pickle them. And we're going to do that today by putting onions in a jar with some sugar, some salt, and a little bit of vinegar. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to chop these up into pieces that I want to eat. I'm going to try and use Hollis's method because learning is a good thing. I'm going to try not to cry. We'll see how it goes.
I love your recipe feature.
Thank you. Yeah, we've
Dance babe.
been doing a lot of really long recipes, so I've not gotten to add a fun activity suggestion on the bottom in a hot minute, but if you take a peek at the recipe, it does say dance bake, and I kind of just want to know what y'all, do while your enchiladas bake. Are you, popping in some Mamma Mia dance too? Are you, making some art? Are you, singing a song? Our coworker Keenan just loves to sing. Just, all the time we're working, he's just singing, which is dope. So if you like any of those things or you're doing something else, maybe you're watching Schitt's Creek, who knows, let us know in the comments. Send us a message. I'm curious.
Throw in a tennis ball with the cup.
Yeah. That is also an option. It's a beautiful fall day in Mission, South Dakota. So maybe you're, tasking another buddy to watch the oven for 10 minutes and you're going for a quick walk around the block. Who knows? Cool. Okay. So I got a big old pile of onions. They're starting to get some eyeballs. I'm gonna pretend I'm not crying. So I got a handy dandy glass jar. I'm gonna put my onions in the glass jar. The kitchen helper is anxiously awaiting me to drop more food for her. Okay. Dang it. Oh, okay, not crying. So you got the onions. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of sugar. Do a teaspoon of salt. You only really find the core teaspoon measure, so we're going to keep using our beautiful brains to do a little mental math. And for these puppies, Tres and quattro. Cool. Okay. Whew. Add vinegar. You can measure it out. Our handy cook friend Mary suggests doing a half cup. So I'm gonna do maybe a little less than that, so a little less onions. Put in the measuring cup so I don't spill everywhere. Cool. And then I'm going to add a little bit of water to top it off, so they're not floating around unawares. Cool. No worries. So now we have this handy thing of pickled onions. I'm going to set to the side while we cook.
Sweet. Yeah. And, all right, I am starting our beef.
I'm going to move this to the other side.
Precarious.
Okay, so beautiful. Oh,
we're good. I forgot there's a little foamy thing underneath. Okay. Throw it in the pan, chop it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna be tasty. The beauty of cooking with a buddy too is that you can make sure everyone's practicing food safety, washing their hands, and also stir things, because you got 4 hands instead of just your 2 or 1, whatever the case may be. But
oh yeah, that's a great point. I just went and washed my hands with soap because when I undid the package, I touched the meat a little bit, and I want to make sure that I don't get anybody sick.
yeah.
And I'm using I guess it doesn't really matter. They're all going in the oven, but I am using a different spatula for the raw meat. I don't know. I guess I didn't eat a lot of meat for a long time, so, which I do again now, but, no.
It doesn't always hurt to be a little food safe, you know?
Wary of raw meat.
Healthy perspective. Okay. So,
using a recipe on it. We're using a recipe. We will post it.
Yeah.
I guess it's one we found online, and then we put it in our own little
format.
Yeah.
Add little suggestions here and there. Okay. So while Hollis is cooking up the beef, should I heat up the tortillas?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
So you got a couple of options here. One is you could use a clean pan like the Skill House is using. You could heat up your tortillas, flip them, that whole shebang, which is great. If you don't want to do that, don't have the space, that's okay. We relate. So we don't have paper towels right now, so we're going to use a wet towel and a plate and put these puppies in the microwave so then they can get nice and pliable for when we want to fill them with beef and broccoli veggie goodness.
Yeah, especially if you are using corn tortillas, they tend to rip and break a little bit more than the flour tortillas, and that's because wheat flour has more gluten. So warming them up kind of makes them bend a little bit easier without breaking.
Yeah.
Keep your enchiladas together.
Mm-hmm. Beauty of an enchilada too is that you're probably, well, not always, but often you'll be covering them with a lot of other stuff too. So then
That's true.
they'll stay nice and moist, but it makes the filling rolling job a heck of a lot easier if you
that's
heat them up a little.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and our meat is starting to brown. Maybe a few more minutes, but let it cook a little bit. I got it on medium, and I just went ahead and turned off the veggies since we have them separate. The veggies were plenty cooked, especially since they were chopped so small. They didn't need to cook that long. And once they're in the enchiladas, they're gonna end up going in the oven again, so they'll cook a little bit more in there too. So I went ahead and turned them off. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start filling our tortillas with the beef and the veggies and rolling them up and putting them, you know, like seam side down in our pan, and then just coat it with enchilada sauce, this green chili sauce, and then sprinkle with cheese, and then you just bake it for 10 minutes, and that's it. So basically, you just stir fry some veggies, you stir fry some beef, put it in tortillas, put some sauce and cheese on top, and bake it. That's pretty much it. Super easy. And then throw on toppings if you want. So, yeah. Make this at home. Let us know how it goes. You can improv on the fillings. This one just sounded really good to me because I love like the beef and broccoli dish that you can get at I don't know exactly what restaurants it's like some Asian restaurants. I'm not sure.
For like American Chinese restaurant?
It's like a Chinese dish. Yeah, beef and broccoli.
Yeah. I feel like meat and veggie is like done different by a lot of different folks, but generally delicious. So I concur. Gotta keep those wrapped up so they stay a little warm. Your mom's been watching Schitt's Creek right now. That's funny.
I've heard it's really good. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, I have not seen it either, but our colleague Matt was just saying he just finished it, so he really enjoyed it as well.
Let's see. There's our meat browning up, delicious. There's our veg, nice and cooked. Got our tortillas, we got our cheese, we got our sauce. And all we have to do is assemble. And honestly, I'm kind of hoping that we have enough for like 2 pans of enchiladas.
Yeah,
I love leftovers.
They are nice. I'm going to measure a 1/4 cup of our beautiful chili enchilada sauce into this handy dandy cup measure. Wow, that worked oddly really nicely. Cool. Nice.
Smooth pour.
Doesn't always happen like that, but when it does, it makes me happy.
It ain't much, but it's honest work, Sid.
My overalls are dirty, but otherwise I would be wearing them, and then I would do the appropriate, like, meme-worthy, like, strap grab. But
that's honestly like Sid as a meme.
Yeah, pretty much. That seems pretty accurate.
Yeah. Indeed. Pep, you ain't getting any of this. None of this beef. I'm sorry.
So she has no beef with you?
She's got plenty of beef with me, but none of this beef.
Nice. Oh, it's looking pretty brown, yeah?
Yeah, I still see a little bit of pink.
Okay.
I'm going to give it another 30 seconds to a minute, but then we should be good.
Yay.
Oh, man.
I bet this recipe would also be good, too, if you didn't have beef, if you had some, like, refried beans or, like, black beans or something.
Definitely.
You could swap them into, so maybe, you know, your buddy used the last or 2 of ground beef and you didn't know to make nachos, but you still wanted to have this for dinner. You could do beans instead.
You could do beans, you could do chicken, you could do...
I think had some chicken on sale today at the grocery store even. So you can
Nice.
find your, local grocery store, get some meat on sale, and pop it in a skillet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. We are good to assemble. Wait, how do you want to do this?
I was going to add that to the ground beef.
Oh. You mix it in?
You do, yeah. You add into the meat and stir to combine. Yeah.
I didn't even know. That's such a good touch.
It'll be nice and like liquidy.
I love that. Okay. All right, how about we do this? Oh no, that's probably a bad idea. Never mind. I was about to throw a pan straight on the hot burner, which may or may not have caused it to crack.
Let's see.
Glass does not like sudden temperature changes. I've learned the hard way.
Our little cooking assembly space over. We could pop that puppy over here.
Perfect. And then everybody can see the assembly line. Love it.
Sounds beautiful. Nice job, Hollis.
Thank you. Nice job back.
Thank you. Okay. So now we got our warm tortillas. We're gonna add about 3 spoonfuls of ground beef to each tortilla, but I would take a peek at your tortillas, see about how big they are, see what looks like it's gonna fit. Also, you're putting them in a pan, so if it doesn't fit, that's okay. It'll just leak out. Yeah.
And this is talking about 3 spoonfuls of the ground beef mixed with the veggie, which we didn't mix them today.
Yeah.
I'm stubborn and want to make things difficult. So we'll probably do like a heaping scoop of each.
Yeah.
I would think. Yeah. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
All right. And I've learned also that with enchiladas, like adding a little bit less filling than you think, just because it's easy to overfill. And then you get some leaky and cheese. Let's see. Okay, so I got my filling, and I'm just gonna wrap it, and then I'm gonna just flip it over. Oh no, we got a rip. Okay.
That'll be okay.
All right, this first one didn't go well.
But fun pro tip too. So my mom loves enchiladas, but she doesn't have patience for when they rip. So if you don't like rolling them up, you could also tear up a bunch of them, put them on the bottom, put all your fillings in the middle, and then tear up a bunch of tortillas and put them on top. And it basically just makes like a casserole style enchilada.
I love that.
Yeah, it's super easy, and that way she can, watch your college football and like tear up the tortillas, and it's super tasty and like.
I mean, it ends up that way anyway.
Yeah.
Look, both of ours are ripped already. So if you're making this at home and it's not working out, it's fine.
No stress.
Don't worry about it. Sometimes I feel like people double up on their corn tortillas, but I feel like that's mostly for when you're doing tacos with corn tortillas. But you could maybe try that here. I don't know.
The microwave tried its best, but I think that these tortillas just got a mind of their own. That's okay. I kind of want to get like a palette or a beret while we're doing this, so I can, be like, c'est magnifique, the finesse.
We're basically the Bob Ross of amateur home cooking.
Yeah, that ain't wrong. So,
Oh man. Maybe I should just be Bob Ross for Halloween.
It'd be fun, Yeah, that would just be fun. Hollis is already an artist, so we just need to like poop their hair up a little bit and like voila. They have a lot of button ups, which is awesome.
I do have a lot. That's very accurate, yes. I do have a lot of button ups. Ooh, they're looking better. We're getting better. Look at this. They're not perfect. They're still ripping. But the thing is that you usually just serve enchiladas as if it's a casserole anyway.
Yeah, for real. I couldn't you put like the 2 down here to like just He likes the meat too, so then we can send it out here. One of our pals doesn't eat certain veggies because of their diet, which is dope. So we're gonna, this is the beauty of doing them separate too, is you can mix and match. So if you can't eat certain things, you can just pop them on the end.
Oh yeah, that's true. If we mix them together, we wouldn't have been able to do that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one here.
Ooh. I have that Pina Colada song from the 70s in my head all day, and so I've just been walking around, at the post office, at Turtle Creek, just, singing to myself, like, do you love Pina Coladas? And everyone's very kind and accommodating to my, neat 70s music needs, but.
That's funny. To you, that song is from the 70s. To me, that song is from Shrek, the greatest movie of all time.
Just kidding. Funny you say that, because I think of Guardians of the Galaxy when I think of that song now. So
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy came after Shrek.
It did, but Shrek came after the song came out. So, I feel like it, chicken egg, honestly, chicken egg.
That's good.
This is going to be so tasty. I'm so excited.
All right, last two, and then our pan will be filled to the brim.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll show the toppings. Yeah, so these two are just meat?
Yeah.
All right. Uh-oh, I don't know where that one's going to go.
We're going to make it work. Like Carl said, this, works like a casserole. Mm-hmm.
We're shoving the enchilada into a square like this big.
Wow, look at that beautiful little.
It looks like a little
It's a little
pastry.
square. It's so artistic. Okay. It's like
it's
beautiful.
This is what they look like right now. They're not, most aesthetically pleasing.
They're gorgeous. They're made of love.
They are made of love.
Okay.
You are correct. You are correct. Much love. Okay. So enchilada sauce.
Yeah.
Just poured liberally over the top. I don't know why I poured it into this cup. Over.
Yeah. Sometimes it makes it a little easier to pour, but kind of just like smother the top.
Smothered.
Or like maybe delicately grace the top. Sometimes smothered sounds really aggressive, but like think of like fresh snow that you want to go sledding on. You just want to do that kind of vibe with your enchilada sauce.
Fresh snow. All right.
Or like a big old pile of leaves, so like your whole wok has the crispy leaf steps where you could just like jump and crunch, and it's just like.
Yes, that's the vibe we're going for. Okay, I saved a little bit because we're probably gonna do this. I don't know. We have meat left, so we're gonna improvise with that. But okay, sauce.
Beautiful. Okay, and then a little cheese. And if you don't like cheese too, you can leave it out and add a different topping at the end. But we're some cheese lovers in this house, so we're gonna do some artisan cheese topping.
Best choice artisan cheese.
Yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know that best choice Mexican style is artisan cheese, but the style, the feel, the love, very artisan niche.
Let's get a close up on this gorgeousness. Look at that.
Oh, swoon, my heart.
Look at the technique. Oh. All right, and that's it, folks. Pop her in the oven. 10 minutes.
Yeah,
10 minutes.
Like kind of just look for the cheese to be melty.
Yeah.
Luckily the beef salt cooked, so you don't have to worry about getting sick or nothing.
Yeah, and basically it'll just meld all the nice, delicious flavors together. Get it all nice and warm inside. So, and then I think it's best served fresh, straight out the oven, in my opinion.
Yeah, and if you were looking to make this as dinner tomorrow night, you could also cover this with some tinfoil, pop it in the fridge, or you could freeze it, let it thaw for maybe like an hour or so, just so it's like room temp before you bake it, and then bake it for 10 minutes at 375.
Yeah, this would be a great make ahead. For sure.
Yeah, and then you could top it with some pickled onions, avocado,
Yeah.
leafy greens, cilantro, more cheese. They're hiding under that plate on the edge of the counter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. There's some tasty toppings on top.
Yeah. So let us know what you decide in the comments. If you make this, we'll put a picture in the comments when it's done baking.
Yeah. Later. Yep.
Yeah. And then also make sure to check out if you're interested in being the proud owner of 15 whole new dollars.
We will show the finished dish.
Mm-hmm. We will. Then you too should fill out the Moonshpe wo Sake series survey. I'll be posting in the comments.
Yes.
And we are going to be doing this class on Wednesdays from now on, so make sure to tune in next week on Wednesday. You know, middle of the week, best day, cooking class, ooh ah, and we'll be here. So yeah.
Cool. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Yeah. Until then, have a nice weekend, y'all.
Comments. I love it. Thanks.
Mhm.
Okay. We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah. See ya.